Thank you. Good evening. I'm Sister Catherine Ryan. I'm privileged to be the Executive Director of Maryville Academy. And this is another edition of our radio television program, uh, Children First, which is an opportunity for us to tell the stories of services and programs for children and their families. And I'm delighted that our guest this evening is Kim Williams, who's our director of our CYO program. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you.
Now, this evening I'm going to be showing several pictures from our archives because we have a story of an 80-year-old organization that continues to serve children. This is CYO. So, Kim, before we even get into your story, let's talk about the CYO story. How did CYO begin?
Well, CYO began in 1930. Bishop Shield, the man in the middle there, was the kind soul who thought it would be a wonderful idea to have these young men who were struggling with life on the streets come in and do something productive. So he organized boxing tournaments, and the boxing tournaments led to all sorts of other activities. Here we have photos of young ladies running track and field, which is actually one of my favorite events. I ran track for 10 years. And, track and field, we still have that event also today.
I'm going to offer you one more picture from the archives.
Oh, it's a nice young man doing the long jump. And that's actually a nice big pit that he's jumping into. He seems to be a great athlete because he's got some vertical lift there.
Now, Kim, tell us please about CYO. It began in 1930 because what was Bishop Shield trying to accomplish?
He was trying to keep young men safe, healthy, and organized. There was a lot of gang violence back in those days, and the young men had no idea what to do with all that pent-up anxiety. So he figured, rather than fighting on the streets, let's just bring them into the gym, and they can work out, learn how to be leaders, learn how to be strong, positive young men, and also learn that violence is not the answer.
And let's brag a little bit. Bishop Shield started CYO here in Chicago, didn't he?
That is correct. And now all the CYOs are around the nation.
And so this idea of after-school weekend programs for children, first for boys, but now for boys and girls.
That is correct.
Give them an alternative to the streets has spread. Doesn't that sound like something we need in 2010?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it has now branched off even into the weekdays as well. There are evening programs, there are morning programs, because you all know that we have so many young people that need some positive reinforcement in their lives, and athletics is a great way for them to get that.
So tell us first, Kim, what kinds of sports are you currently working with our CYO program?
Well, currently we have basketball, which is year-round. Actually, next week, the high school basketball league will begin. There are currently 67 teams registered for that, and that program is open to any young man or young woman who is not currently on a high school team. If they are on a high school team, then they're not eligible to participate because IHSA likes to make sure that the kids have time for their studies. So you don't want them to be in 2 and 3 different leagues at one time.
So now let's just talk about one more aspect of eligibility here. We know that Bishop Shield began CYO, which stands for Catholic Youth Organization.
That's correct.
But today, is it open to all children?
It's open to all children of all faiths. The children come from north, south, east, and west, suburban and city. It's our entire archdiocese, but I've even had participants from the Diocese of Rockford and the Diocese from Joliet also participate. So you don't have to just be Chicago Archdiocese.
And those would be the archdiocese of the Catholic Church.
That is correct.
Chicago Archdiocese. Again, I want to emphasize this program is open to children of all faiths.
All faiths.
There is not a requirement of a certain kind of affiliation with a particular religion or church in order to participate in the program.
That is correct. And you can be a youth group. You can just be a basketball team that wants to play, or a group of young ladies who want to do a little volleyball on the weekends. It can be whatever you prefer. We just want to help you come in and get some good positive activity. Athletics, leadership, all those things are important to our young people today.
Now, Kim, I'm going to ask you more about the program, but I think we should let our viewers know a little bit more about you and who you are in this program. When did you start with CYO?
I actually started with CYO when I was in 4th grade. I was at Our Lady of Peace Elementary School, which is now closed, and but I had a great time. My first coach was a priest, Father Mike Ivers, and he was wonderful. and basically just mentored us and fostered everything that we did. You know, he wanted to make sure that we were well-rounded, that we could not only learn the activities and athletics, but also to make sure that we could basically learn leadership skills that would run through our entire lives.
Now, I've got more to ask you, but I think we have a caller.
Oh, wonderful.
So let's put on the caller.
Hello?
Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi. Yeah, I was wondering about the Maryville that's on that was on Montrose and Clarendon in Chicago's North Side. What happened to all the children that lived in that building?
Well, that building, which actually Maryville didn't own, but we rented, was to provide an emergency shelter for children during the time that the Department of Children and Family Services asked us to provide a temporary residence for them. We operated that program until a couple years ago when the Department of Children and Family Services chose to move it into a different design. So we are no longer at that particular site. We do, however, have a shelter for young ladies that we operate at the request of the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services. I won't give the address on the air, but we operate that program in the city of Chicago for teenage girls. I should mention, maybe some of our viewers would be asking this question, where is Maryville Academy located? And we actually have sites, programs in Chicago, in Des Plaines, Illinois, Bartlett, Illinois, and Durand, Illinois. Now, Kim, where is your office?
My office is in the city of Chicago, and it is actually at one of the homes.
And you're starting to tell us your story.
Yes.
I want to get a little bit more of your story out here for our viewers. You've been working as a director for CYO for how long?
Since 1987. I actually started as an associate director, and it was athletics and activities. And, you know, it was overwhelming to me, but one of the best parts of the job was my first day at work was an all-night swim party at Magic Waters in Rockford. So it was like 95 degrees, and we had 2,000 kids swimming all night. And I was like, this is going to be a great job, because I love swimming, I love kids, you know, I like helping people learn. So it was a great, great experience. And then, of course, my third day on the job, I was, you know, handling the files, and I actually saw my name in the file. So talk about coming full circle. I mean, it was just such a positive. I got goosebumps.
Well, and CYO has been a wonderful opportunity for thousands and thousands of children over the years. Now, today, when you're the director of the program, you're operating which different kinds of sports?
We're doing track and field, cross country, basketball for junior high and high school boys and girls. And as I said earlier, basketball is year round. We have the cheerleading competition, and we do clinics. People can call the office and say, you know, they're struggling with whatever aspect of cheerleading, and I'm more than happy to come out and assist them, because I am a national official and a state official, so I know all the rules. And, you know, I always like to give the instructions so the young ladies and young men do not get hurt and they know what they're doing.
Well, that's something we need to come back to, but I believe we have a caller.
Oh, wonderful.
So let's ask our caller to join us.
Okay.
Yes. Good evening, ladies. How you doing?
Good evening.
Good
We're
evening. Fine.
Great. A quick question. Is this one time, many years ago, it was used through the Illinois Youth Commission? I think Maryville took over St. Charles. Is this the same facility, the same program?
No, actually, Catholic Youth Organization has had that name since 1930 when it began. I believe if you're talking about St. Charles, that relates to the state of Illinois, which used to be called Department of Corrections, but now is called, I believe, Department of Juvenile Justice. But that's operated by the state of Illinois. Maryville Academy is not involved in that particular agency.
But do young gentlemen or kids, young teenagers, are they awarded through the courts through y'all guys?
Some of the children whom we care for in our residential homes, our group homes, come to us because the juvenile court has asked that they have a safe and nurturing environment, but outside of their own family home. The juvenile court makes that decision first. If it makes that decision, then it assigns the Department of Children and Family Services to arrange for the home, and we are happy to provide homes for the children so that they have a safe home in which to grow for the period of time that they need the home.
Well, thank you for answering, and keep on doing the good work that you're doing.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to bring back to our children. Maybe I should just do this part of our operations from Maryville. We are blessed to be able to offer services to children who are able to live with their own families, and that's what Kim is talking about now.
That is correct.
We also have group homes which provide homes for children when they're not able to live safely at home. That's a decision not made by us, but by a court, or sometimes by the parents themselves. We also have a therapeutic day school at our Des Plaines campus, and we also provide a psychiatric hospital for children who are in need of some intensive time for healing. So we have each of these different kinds of services. This evening, what we're talking about is one of our outreach services, which Kim Williams directs, and this is essentially an after-school and weekend program for children. When they're not in school, this is an opportunity for them to participate in sports with their peers, to participate safely, to learn the discipline and the wonderful social skills that come from sports. Am I saying that correctly, Kim?
That is absolutely correctly, because the social skills, you're going to have those with you for the rest of your lives. And I just remember for myself, playing is how you learn to socialize. I mean, you learn the values of winning, you learn the value of losing, you learn how to handle what comes with the winning and the losing. And I have friends for life, people that are still my friends from when I was on a sports team in 7th grade. So you make those lifelong relationships that can really last.
Now, Kim, I'm going to ask you, I'm a parent. I would like my child to have the opportunity for these sports. What are the age range for our children in our CYO program?
The age ranges are typically 8 years old through 18. And some summers I even have a men's league, so it picks up at 19 years old on up until however old the gentleman would like to play. Because I figured, you're in your heart, you might be a child, you may be 8, you may be 50, but I'll find a place for you.
And Kim, if I'm a parent and I want my child to be able to participate, how do I go about contacting you or whoever I should contact so that my child can be enrolled?
Well, you can call me at my office. The phone number is 312-491-3534. You can also send me an email, at williamsk4@maryvilleacademy.org. If you Google CYO Maryville, I'll pop right up. So you can contact me. I'll be more than willing to set you up in the programs.
And Kim, I'm going to ask you to repeat those for us because we don't have a slide with your particular phone number.
True.
So why don't you give us again your phone number and your email address and how we find you on the internet.
Okay. My phone number again is area code 312-491-3534. And my email address is Williams, it's my last name, WILLIAMS, then the letter K, the number 4, at Maryville Academy, all one word, .org. Maryville is MARYVILLEACADEMY.org.
And if someone doesn't remember all these kinds of information, if they go to our website, which is www.maryvilleacademy.org, they're going to find your picture, and they're going to find a description of the program and how to contact you also on our website. So that's www.maryvilleacademy.org. Now, actually, Kim, I don't want to forget to talk about a special event that's coming up.
Yes.
There are a number of them, I know, for CYO, but let's talk about an historic event that we want to have. And for that, I'm going to put on a few more slides here.
Okay. Well, with the kickoff of the high school basketball leagues on December 4th at Maryville at the main campus, which, we are also, there we are, it's CYO Meet the Stars. And basically what the program is the current players in CYO will get a chance to hobnob and mingle with some of the past CYO stars. People like Dick Devine and others will be out there in Des Plaines, and they can come out and mix and mingle. And those past stars can get a look at, maybe see themselves, a little role modeling, maybe it'll take them back to a blast from the past when they were participating.
Well, now we know that a few big stars are going to be present.
Mm-hmm.
And would you tell us about Johnny Latimer, who's here? He's you can see him in this football picture.
Right, and he's a Heisman Trophy winner, and he went to Notre Dame.
And Johnny was a part of CYO.
Yes, he was.
And he's going to be joining us on December 4th. Is that right?
And I'm hoping he'll bring his Heisman Trophy.
Oh, that would be a really nice
That would.
trophy to show us. I would like to show you the other stars, but I understand we have another caller. So let's first invite in our caller, please.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hi. I just wanted to know, do you have any local schools, like, like I know you're saying Des Plaines, but do you have any in Chicago, like locations in Chicago itself?
For the athletics or for Maryville Academy?
Both.
Yes, we do. For athletics, the sites are all over the place. Like in the summer, we had girls basketball at Washington Park, which is right on 55th and King Drive. We also did some boys basketball at Marist High School and also at Finger High School. So, and I kind of try to move it around so that all the young people, north, south, east, west, city, or suburban, can participate.
And I would add that we also have some programs and services located in the city of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
We have our crisis nursery. This is a program to help families when they have an emergency and they need a safe place for their infants or toddlers up to age 6. And they need this safe place for maybe 2-3 days, day and night. We will care for their children, your children, if you have such an emergency at our crisis nursery. This is located near Oak Park and Irving Park. Again, you could go to our website and find the information. We also have a program in the city of Chicago for families who are caring for medically fragile children. Mm-hmm. And if your child has one of these special conditions and you need some assistance with your child, maybe some care for in the transition, bringing the child home from the hospital to your home, but you need a little more time in learning how to provide the services with a tracheotomy or a ventilator or certain other kinds of special needs for your child, we will provide this care for your child and work with you to feel confident of the skills you need to be able to provide for your child. Both of these programs are meant to support families so children can live with their families. The idea is not to provide long-term care for them. Both of these programs are in the city of Chicago. And then at another location, we have a shelter for girls, teenage girls, which we operate for the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services. And then the CYO program that Kim is describing is available to children in the city of Chicago and throughout the suburban areas in the county of Cook, Lake County, and as Kim was mentioning earlier, even some of the other counties.
Okay. I think you all are doing a wonderful job.
Well, thank you.
I think that a lot of people don't know about this program, and I just want to say keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're hoping that through this program, more people will understand and know that these programs exist and they will be able to take advantage of them.
So I'm going to tell you about our December 4th event a little bit more because Kim already talked about one of the former CYO stars, Johnny Latimer, who's going to be present.
Mm-hmm.
Kim, in this picture, a former CYO star.
Well, there on the left, it's Moose Gowan, and he is actually in the picture with Whitey Ford. And Whitey Ford will not be there, of course, but Mr.
Moose Gowan will be
Moose
there, right?
will be there. I hear he's pretty excited.
And in addition, we're going to show two more of our stars, former CYO stars. Now, we couldn't get complete shots for this program,
Yes.
but what we could share are some newspaper articles that share their pictures. So bear with us. We're just trying to do the best we can to give you an idea of John Egan, who's a former CYO basketball star, and he's in the picture on the left.
Yep, he's got the number 1 on his back.
And also, we'd like to show you a name you may know in a different capacity.
Yes.
This is Dick Devine, who was a CYO star when he participated in CYO. You may know him more recently as the former state's attorney of Cook County. And Maryville Academy is pleased to tell you that he's also on our board of directors. And each of these stars will be joining us on December 4th for this celebration of CYO. Now, Kim, now that we've talked about a few of these stars coming, would you mention again what's going on for the CYO of today on December 4th?
Well, the CYO of today, on that date, it is a very special date for the young men and young women in the High School Basketball League. That is the date of the actual kickoff for this year's 2010-2011 high school basketball season. And the league is comprised of young men and women who either are not on a IHSA team. So if you are already playing on a high school team, you are not eligible. Because those young people already have an opportunity, and at CYO we like to provide opportunities for other young people as well. So it's young men and young women, freshmen through senior in high school, and it's the first day of their season. So, and that season will run through the second week of February. And they play one game a week. They practice, they come out, they play hard, and there are actually some phenomenal athletes in the league. Some of the participants, they could be on a high school team, but either they want to have more time to study or they have to have a job. So they just choose to come out and play with their friends at CYO, and I love it. Currently, we have 67 teams registered.
So here's the idea. This wonderful organization that's 80 years old this year, we are inviting the CYO stars of the past to meet our stars of today at the Maryville Des Plaines campus at our Stevens Center. It's very easy to find on the grounds. It's from 2 to 5 p.m. And you can see that we have a phone number here, 847-294-1982. You can also find this information on our website. But the idea is to bring together those who have benefited from CYO and let them meet the young people who are benefiting from CYO today. So now I bring you back to Kim Williams, who's helping our children benefit.
Yes.
And Kim, let's talk again now about why we have CYO. Bishop Shield saw the need for children to be off the streets, safely involved in school, after-school sports, weekend activities that would protect them, give them adult guidance, give them an opportunity to develop the kinds of social skills that you've talked about before, and discipline, and also bring them safely into adulthood.
Absolutely.
I could be saying that same story about 2010. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And with CYO, what's great about the program, too, is a lot of the young men and young women who participated as athletes are now the coaches. Like for myself, as a CYO participant of the past, and look at where I am. I'm actually facilitating the program, which is such a big deal. It's a big deal for me, and it's an honor and a privilege. The track meet is in May. That is actually, it's May 22nd. It's on my birthday this year.
All right.
So that'll be a pleasant thing for me to do. I'll be outside with about 600 young people running around. And the cheerleading competition will be held at the Maryville campus as well on January 22nd. So we've already had our cross-country meet, and that was a huge success. We had 17 schools participate, about 400 kids. So if you're interested in anything CYO, please give me a call.
And one more thing, Kim, can you use volunteers?
Absolutely. As many volunteers as I can get.
So if we have some adults out there, if you were in CYO or you could have been in CYO and you'd like to help some children be in CYO today, please call Kim Williams at
312-491-3534.
And I want to thank each and every one of you who've been with us this evening. I want to thank Kim for sharing the CYO program, which we believe can really be helping our children of today to keep them safe, to help them develop the skills and the competencies they need, the confidence they need, and prepare them to be the wonderful young adults that we know they're going to be. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.